Oi!
Oi!
Back with it, man.
Is it too much? This is
Ja,
good.
det er fint. Det er fint.
Oh, and then you can see that we have treats and stuff.
The people. Und Schokolade.
Yes.
Alright.
That is good. We're back again.
Back again.
Back once again.
Christmas break,
Christmas break is
if you
over.
can call that.
And it's been New Year's.
Yeah.
And all that jazz. And we have a session coming up Sunday.
Yes.
It's just 3 days, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because of Christmas we haven't been playing too much. We've had a single session here between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
Which was in the Onslaught of Monsters campaign. Which is Les's campaign, the one we talked about in the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
And because only 3 of us could make it, we did a side quest instead. I think the last thing we talked about back in, I think, the episode 2 or whatever we called it, was that one of the player characters had chosen to stay behind with the civilians that got left for dead out in the swamp of Cthulhu. And it wasn't all of the civilians, it was like 1/5 of the civilians who couldn't come because they were too sick and had too many wounds or were too malnourished, and most of our resources had been destroyed somehow. We don't know.
Mm.
Somehow most of the resources were gone.
Well,
so.
we did know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of our resources are gone, so some of the civilians couldn't come, and then along with a couple other adventurers that weren't us, decided to stay. So the character got retired, and In's player Lilith has made a new character, who is supposed to be introduced on Sunday.
Yes.
But she couldn't come for the last session, so we did a side quest instead.
Yeah.
Which the session started with us just coming back to Vels with the caravan of adventurers, and some of the civilians in Vels being kind of disappointed that the mission wasn't a total success, because a lot of the adventurers and army that had been on the journey to the swamp were actually killed.
Yeah. And then we had some, despite the not the warmest welcome ever.
Yeah.
We had some downtime before cashing in our award for being with the expedition.
Yeah.
And then, sorry.
I think I did some trading.
You did some trading,
yeah. As we ended that session, we reached level 8, and I took a new feat, which is Crusher, which which is a feat that allows you to do a couple things, but you need to do it with a weapon that does bludgeoning damage. So I traded my sword for a warhammer instead.
Oh yeah.
And with the gold from the mission, I also bought a +1 longbow, so I could just
Did we get
do
so
magic.
much gold?
We got around 100 gold, I think, and then I had some saved up.
Oh, okay.
I had some saved up. We got around 100 gold, and then I, traded one of my my already +1 longsword for warhammer.
Yeah.
And then I had to trade a piece of armor that I had gathered at some point, and one other non-magical thing, and then I was able to buy the +1 longbow as well.
I have like a total brain fart right now. I can't remember anything I did in that downtime, and I know I did something. So
did you? I think I was the only one who I think I had the longest role playing part of the downtime because I did all this trading and stuff.
It was because was a bit late, and
Yeah.
I think when we began, I still were setting up my stuff and
Yeah.
all that.
That might be it.
Yeah, and because I remember.
Did you just put more money in the bank or?
No,
No, okay. No.
but I was.
You wondered why you didn't have any money.
Yeah.
I remember that you were like, "Where's all my money? I had a lot," and I was
Yeah.
like, "You bought a magic item for like a couple sessions ago."
Yeah, but a couple sessions ago is like half a month, and
It's not half a month. It's like 2 months or something like.
isn't it?
It might be if you go like
Maybe a month.
Yeah, a month or
I
more.
think we played in the start of December.
Yeah, but I think it was the session before that even.
Was
I think it's like 3 or 4 sessions ago that you bought the magic item.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have this. I have a little, like almost a treasure chest in my backpack
Yeah.
of little magic items.
Yeah. Yeah, you've
'Cause I
actually
have,
collected kind of a
A
lot.
couple of instruments, and I have
Yeah.
like the pendant you gave me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the necklace. I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And then I have one more thing. I can't remember now.
You have the wand of magic missiles. That's the one where you were wondering
that
why
was the
you
one,
lost all your money. Yeah. Yeah, so you had
Great
more.
buy.
Yeah, it's a great buy. I think you've used it once, something like that. But like, it's I think it's a good magic item for combat,
It is,
especially
it
because
is.
you don't have too many combat spells.
Yeah. It's
Since you're
because
playing a bard.
Yeah. I'm playing him in like kind of support.
Yeah. Yeah, you're playing more of a utility-esque bard.
Yeah.
Some of your
Combat
spells.
wise, yeah.
Yeah, combat wise, because some of your spells are also out of combat, like charm person and things like that.
I actually think I swapped. Or was it whole person? I don't remember, but
I don't know either.
I swapped some spells because I didn't use them in the level up.
Yeah, okay.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, that was the whole thing when you began to like explain what you did when you turned level up. I was like, what the fuck did I do?
What did I do? Yeah, I remember you leveling up as you arrived or after you arrived because you didn't remember to do it after the last session.
Yeah.
And I had gone a lot of time thinking about what I want to do because I'm playing a fighter, and to make fighter interesting you have to take some feats.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it'll just be boring. So I've just been looking into what kind of feats make my character more fun, both in combat and out of combat.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, if you just entertain them,
Yeah.
I have to look now.
You have to look at. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So actually, along that thought of making a character that's more fun out of combat, I've looked into multi-classing actually.
Yeah.
Because the fighter class itself is
Awesome.
It's good for combat. That's what it does. It's a fighter. He fights and he or she fights, but that's what the class does. But it doesn't have very much out of combat versatility and use. And just the last session where we did a side quest, we didn't have any combat, and there were some moments where I just sat there like, oh, any skill check I do I have +0, while you or the Silas had more better skills, so yeah.
I found it, and
You
I remember
found-
now.
You found?
It was my death trick
Death
with the
Yes, I remember.
I get someone to like me with like either my charisma or the cantrip I have.
Friends.
Friends.
Yeah, the friends cantrip.
Yeah, and then I use dimension door and teleport us like 500 feet in the air.
Yeah.
And then just drop him.
Yeah.
And then just use featherfall on myself.
Yeah. So you just make them actually suicide from 500 feet up. Yeah.
I don't really know if you can call it suicide. but
Forced suicide.
I think it's just murder.
You make him walk into a door that teleports them up in the air.
Don't you
It's
trust
just
me?
murder. It's just murder.
It's just murder.
It's just murder.
It's
But
just
yeah,
murder.
it's kind of a fun strategy that's only gonna work in very specific scenarios.
And
But if you ever pull it off, it's gonna be so hilarious.
And
would
I
really
know
love to
at
see
some point I'm going to get it because Lasse likes the idea.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. True. IDM likes the idea. Yeah, and also it's a more fun way, because you also said that one way to use it is dropping you and the other person out of dimension door, and then both of you using featherfall, or you using featherfall on the both of you.
Yeah.
And then using it as a measure for like torturing or
interrogation.
Interrogation, or just
Method
mentally torturing them in a way that you just say, oh, I'm gonna do it again, even though it's not actually possible to do so, but you can lie or intimidate them by saying, oh, I'll actually do it again, and then I'll drop you this time and won't save you. So it's a fun strategy for that, and it's also more fun strategy of killing someone that you not have an explicit combat with than just poisoning them. I think if you're just gonna poison someone, the dimension door suicide fall is a lot more fun.
And more
it's a
creative.
more messy. It's a lot more messy. They're gonna explode on the.
Well, you don't know what they're gonna do if you poison them. They could puke, you know. It would be kind of messy if they puked.
If you drop them from 500 feet, they're gonna explode. Have you ever seen like a watermelon drop from 500 feet or something like that? Yeah, the human body is gonna do about the same. I think.
Nah, man.
I think so. I think
it's just gonna go, and that's it.
I think it actually spatters a bit.
Correct,
in some way. But back on my side tangent with multiclassing, I looked into multiclassing and I've asked the DM, and right now I'm considering either multiclassing into Barbarian or Ranger. And Barbarian is just gonna make me nearly unkillable in combat.
Yeah.
However, and that'll be cool now.
Yeah.
However, that doesn't really solve my problem that my character currently isn't fun out of combat. So just taking another combat class is just dumb.
You could take Bard.
But you're playing a Bard though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we are siblings. That's why I wanted to subclass into a multiclass into something that has magic. But I think Ranger makes more sense, because at no point am I gonna spec so much into the stat that casts spells.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I go Wizard or Bard, I have to use all my ability score improvements as I level up to increase that score that the other class uses to actually have viable spells. If I just go Ranger's forte, or it's the thing of the Ranger, is the motto is just Hunter's Mark, and Hunter's Mark doesn't really require you to have high wisdom. Also, the Ranger gets a lot of utility spells that works out of combat that also doesn't require high wisdom. So I would kind of use the multiclass as that. To get some out of combat usability, kind of like to pass without trace, to pass stealth checks, and locate object, maybe some good berry, things like that, to have some more usability. Which I think would be fun. And then of course Hunter's Mark is good in combat, and I think it makes a bit sense that Kara would also at some point have some kind of magic if you have it. Kind of story-wise.
Story-wise, yeah.
Yeah, you have one sibling that can use magic from the words and song and music, and one that just hasn't used any magic at any point.
Some kind of awakening you could play into.
Yeah, so it kind of would make sense that, like, if I take two levels in Ranger from now, it would result in me leveling at the point that the rest of you would be at level 10,
Yeah.
I would have 8 levels in fighter and 2 levels in ranger, and at that point I would gain levels because first level rangers don't gain spells actually.
Okay.
So it's only from second level and onwards that they gain spells.
So what do you
Yeah.
get if you take at level 9, level 1 ranger?
Just level 1 ranger. I get if Lasse allows the optional features. There is
he
a
does.
yeah.
I hope he does.
I hope he does because
I'm already using them.
yeah. But like the ranger has one optional feature that is just favorite foe, which is kind of a built-in hunter's mark that doesn't do the same things out of combat, but it's damage-wise it does the same thing.
Yeah.
It also requires concentration as hunter's mark does, and I think it only lasts for a minute instead of an hour. And if you kill the guy who
isn't it like
you've affected,
only one species?
No. It's when you hit someone.
Yeah.
You choose. Okay, now that I've hit that guy, that's my favorite foe. And then for the next minute, when you hit that one creature, you do 1d6 extra damage.
Alright.
Hunter's Mark allows you to, when that creature dies and you still have concentration, you can move it to another creature. Favorite foe doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
And favorite foe, you can use that the amount of time that you have proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So 3 times or 4 times. So I would gain that. And also one more optional feature is removing the favorite terrain into the depth of Explorer, I think.
Yeah.
Which just gives me 2 extra languages and expertise in 1 skill.
Nice.
And then from the ranger class itself, from the normal features, I would gain an extra skill proficiency. So I would have 7 skill proficiencies, which is more than most, and then have expertise in 1 of those.
Nice.
So it's the 1 level itself is kind of good. The second level is where it gets good.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember one more thing.
Yeah.
I think I took a feat.
In 8th level, right now.
Yeah, and this in the downtime, and that's why I knew I did a lot, because
yeah.
I took the Eldritch
Adept?
Adapt. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's called that.
Might be. Yeah.
And then I took I don't know what it's called, Eldritch Eye or something, where I can read every language.
Oh yeah. That's and that ties in perfectly with
with
the silver
bard.
tongue.
Yeah, silver tongue.
Yeah.
So now I can read and speak every language. So
Yeah.
I am the perfect diplomat.
You are the perfect diplomat actually, but I guess if you can read a language, of course you can write it as well. Maybe.
I don't know if
I don't know if that correlates.
because
because you don't
it's like
actually,
a magic thing. It's it's not like
it's more
just
that
know.
you look at more that you look at the text and then you say, oh,
so
that's what that means.
Do you
but
have
you don't
like
actually.
the Google Translate on your phone?
Yeah.
So if you put the camera filter on, the camera, not filter.
No, just use the camera
feature,
to
you can, if you take a picture of like Danish and you need it to be Spanish, it's just gonna write over what is on the picture.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm looking at, it's just gonna do that with everything but in common.
Yeah, with the Eldritch Eye ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make more sense for that to be how it works.
Yeah.
So you couldn't actually write letters in every language, but you could still speak and read everything in every language.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's a great ability.
Yeah.
It also solves the problem that we might at some point encounter someone or something that speaks a language that we don't know, because that's the typical D&D thing. I think most of the time if you meet other creatures that are intelligent but you don't understand them, that's where combat arises at most points.
Yeah.
So it's a viable option that now we can talk with everyone that is intelligent.
But yeah, there's also one of the things I'm trying to play into, the diplomat way of doing everything.
Yeah.
So
using friends and dropping them out of dimension door.
Typical diplomat thing
Yeah,
to do.
typical average diplomat.
Yeah, just totally normal.
Yeah, normal stuff for diplomat.
Normal stuff.
Exactly.
Everyday thing.
Yeah, everyday stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, the side quest.
The side quest, yeah, because that's side tangents and
yeah,
talking about D&D, that's fun. The side quest itself, we went to the Adventurers Hall in Vels.
Yeah.
And picked the sketchiest of all the quests available. We have we have a website for our quests board. We have actually a website for many of the things in the campaign, also the world map and some key places with
we have some
descriptions.
nerds on the team.
Because we got nerds, yeah. But the DM and one of the other guys has made a website, which works most of the time.
Yeah.
And on the website they have a quest board that the DM can edit, and then he updates the quests and puts quests on there, so we can use our computers to read the quests ourselves, so that our DM doesn't have to actually describe every piece of paper, which also makes for more natural roleplay.
Yeah,
that we can look at we can
natural interactions.
It's more of a natural thing that we can look at each of our screens and then try and read some of the quest lists.
Yeah.
And then say, oh, I think this is cool, and then tell about it to the others instead of the DM describing everything.
Yeah.
It does make for more natural roleplay, which is a very
But
cool
yeah,
thing.
the sketchy thing was
yeah, you picked the sketchiest.
Help me turn back to a human. Wasn't it like that?
Yeah.
And get magical favors.
Yeah.
And
me
and Silas was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. So, and then the description, the description itself was just meet me in the alleyway beneath the stairs or something like that.
Yeah.
And you and Silas saw that and were like,
yeah,
this is great. We'll do this one. And I just looked at it and I was like, but there's no money. there's no gold. I can't feed myself with magical favors. But you guys convinced me to help whoever it was to turn back into a human.
And we met him in the alley. He said he was at.
Yeah.
It was a sheep.
It was a sheep
who could talk. Luckily for us.
Yeah, he could talk.
But yeah, you know.
Yeah, it was some.
He told us that he got in like a combolage with. Yeah, it was some noble who had a disagreement with some wizards. Yeah, he was a noble.
He was a noble himself.
Came into a conflict with two wizards.
Yeah.
Who lived in like this twin tower. Not one. It was one tower with two towers attached.
Yeah.
Just get it out. You're allowed to.
So these wizards had gotten angry at him and turned him into a sheep.
Yeah.
And we had to figure a way to remove the curse upon him. And I think, did we at first ask any wizard or cleric in Vels to help us with that? No, because we talked about it and he was like, oh, nobody can help me, or something like that.
Only the two guys who did this can do it.
Yeah.
And we just ate it.
Yeah, like, we just believe.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, that'll make sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. And then we took.
I hate this guy. I hate this guy. It's so dumb.
Don't spoil it, man. Then it was like a small town out of the main part of Vels.
Yeah.
And then we went out. Everybody was like looking at us when we came into the city.
Yeah.
I put on a show.
It wasn't really a city. It was 11 houses around the street.
I don't even think it was 11.
It was like.
But it was like
a couple houses.
We came in
that belonged to farmers.
We came in.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to entertain these son of a bitches, because they need to let the guard down.
Yeah, that's true.
And I put on a freaking awesome show.
Mm? That's
and
what
everybody came out. Every 50 people in.
yeah. 40 or 50.
Maybe
something.
not even 50.
No,
but you know,
I don't know.
everybody came out, and like when you guys sneaked off, I was like,
yeah,
that's it. See you at the tavern later.
Yeah,
and like everybody was like looking at them, looking at each other, like, do we have a tavern?
There's no tavern.
There's no tavern. And then I just ran off on my horse.
Yeah.
So typical Aki stuff, you know.
Typical Aki stuff.
Like the diplomat, you know. Making everybody happy.
Making everyone happy with the show.
But
me and Thunderbeard ran off towards the Wizard's Tower, and we knocked at the door to see that they had a lion folk bodyguard. That didn't allow us to enter. And we asked him whether the wizards, we could speak with the wizards, and they were occupied and they couldn't be disturbed. They were busy.
But then the diplomat Aki came. And then I persuaded him to like really ask them to get some time. But then when we came back the next day, we just got the same answer.
Yeah, he's like, oh, they're still busy.
Still busy. Shit.
Yeah, so we ended up camping with some of these people for like a couple days. Yeah, just right next to one of the people's houses. We set up tents and just camped out for a couple days until the wizards had time, because we thought we could do this quest.
They did not have any time at the end, you know.
No, it's because we said who we were and what we wanted to do, and they ended up saying, "Oh no, we don't want to talk with you," or something like that.
They just didn't. They just said we don't have time.
Okay. Then I might have okay.
But yeah, we came back, and I came up with a plan. I will use my amazing speaking skills and persuade this lion man.
Yes.
To let us in.
Yeah.
And speak with his masters.
Yeah.
But then it really didn't happen. You know.
No. No, it didn't.
And then was it me or you who said Plan B in front of him?
Yeah.
And then
Plan B.
We walked away for like in-game 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Came back, knocked on the door, nobody answered. Knocked on the door. It's just us.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Is it Plan B now?"
Yeah.
We were like, "Oh, sorry, man. We just it's all just a misunderstanding. You know. We're not gonna do anything." Psh.
No.
But yeah. Then I got him to like open the door again.
Yeah.
I had a plan.
Kind of snuck inside.
I had a plan of, you know, talking with him.
Yeah, you were like, okay, at the table you were like, guys, listen up. Here's the plan. Let's just discuss a plan before actually doing anything.
Yeah. And then we didn't do the plan. But yeah, the plan was that I would persuade him to get away from the door so you could just go in.
Yeah.
And then I would just run in and close the door behind him.
Yeah.
It didn't happen because he didn't want to leave.
No, he didn't want to go outside because apparently the door is magical.
Yeah.
And if he closes the door behind it just locks and he gets locked out.
Yeah, he told us that, and then I was like, "Fuck, that's the whole plan." And then
damn.
And then the amazing quick mind of Aki.
Yeah.
Was like, I can just go with him inside.
Yeah. And speak to him privately.
Yeah. And then I was like, yeah, it's only gonna be me. The other guy's just gonna stand in the doorway.
Yeah.
And like, you have, you just move like an inch every like minute.
Yeah.
And at some point he was like, hey, what's supposed to be in here?
Yeah,
and
because
then the door just smashed.
Yeah, because the door is magical. As soon as someone is out of the way, the door closes by itself.
The whole
and
thing
so
was
we
that
had moved forward enough that the door could close. And then he noticed because the door slammed.
And then he opened the door, suggested get out.
Yeah, he was like.
And then you and Thunderbeard just threw him out and closed the door.
Yeah.
And then we were in.
Yeah.
But yeah, quick thinking, maybe not the best plan. But
no, it was quick thinking. It worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Mm-hmm.
But
kind of.
We got up. We were like, okay, they're gonna be hostile.
Yeah.
They're going to try to turn us into animals and all that crap.
Yeah.
But when we
were ready for a fight.
We got up. We saw the twin towers.
Yeah.
And there was like 2 ladders.
Yeah.
Towards like what is it called in English?
I don't know, a latch, I suppose. A trapdoor. It's called in Minecraft, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with the trapdoor then.
Yeah.
There's 2 trapdoors in the end.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, we can only go up one at a time.
Yeah.
So we trashed the first ladder, and then we go up the second.
Yeah. And then no one was there.
Smashed through.
Yeah.
No one was there.
No.
Because the lineman just was outside screaming.
Yeah.
Someone is in there!
Yeah, he had been warning them from the outside, screaming.
But then, we just... I just searched through everything they had.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, that's the thing we need. I took it out their book.
Yeah.
And we just jumped out
the window. Yeah. You had Featherfall.
Yeah.
We just jumped out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, we fucking ran. But we got followed.
But we got chased.
Chased, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, fuck, wait. Let's be diplomatic about it.
Let's just... I know we've stolen their research, but let's just talk with them about it.
So I was like trying to make like this movie moment where I was like, stop! We need to talk. Time out.
Time out, we need to talk. Stop chasing us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we avoided combat once again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is good.
I don't know what we should have done against.
No, I don't know. I don't know how powerful or what level they were. So speaking to them or talking about them.
We arranged that we could write their. We could like transcribe their writings.
Yeah.
And then take that with us, and then they could get their research back.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what we do. They got in and like took some paper.
Yeah.
Here you go. And I was like,
oh,
can you get me a pen as well?
Yeah.
And they were like, all right. I got a pen. I wrote it all down. And when it was finished, we.
I came walking in with the sheep under my arm
and
because the sheep didn't wanna.
The sheep.
Yeah, they recognized him.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, he's not what he's." What did they say?
He isn't who he tells he is. I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had just wanted to go there with the sheep because I was like, okay, maybe we can get them to turn him back. So I had him under my arm, and he didn't want to go to them because he thought they were gonna kill him. And I was like, okay, that's stupid. We'll just go over there. They're not gonna kill you. But then I found out you were transcribing their research, because as soon as you had began talking to them, I had ran away to get the sheep. And when I came back with the sheep, you began transcribing their paper, and I was just like, okay, that's what we'll do instead of making them turn them back.
Yeah.
So we got the warning, but didn't really get what it meant.
We was okay. Now we can I was like, okay, there's gonna be some fishy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Probably.
the way home, he was energetic. He was like, yes, we got it.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. We turned him back.
Yeah, we find another wizard inside Wells. He can read the papers and then turn them back.
Yeah, but yeah,
He
got back. He was like, okay, I can give you a magical favor. Do you need to get your clothes repaired by magic or something? And we were like, fuck.
Do you want me to clean your clothes?
No.
Something like that?
We need something bigger, man.
Yeah.
And he was like,
oh,
visibly like, shit.
Yeah.
I can't give him that.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, I'm just gonna go home, talk to my parents, and give you something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
we followed him home.
yeah, because he was sketchy.
Yeah,
He was
super
really
sketchy.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay. Then we woke up. He was greeted at the door by his mother,
Yeah.
which wasn't super happy to see
No,
him.
she wasn't happy.
And we were like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, because he had been a sheep for a long time,
yeah,
and she didn't really care that he had returned.
yeah. But yeah, then we were like, okay, we can't leave this place.
No.
So we patrolled the area around the mansion,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, because at first we didn't actually believe that it was his family or his mansion, because there was no reaction from his mom. So we were like, okay, maybe he got in somehow by saying something, and then he's gonna run away at some point. So we stuck around to see if he left at some point.
yeah,
And he did. He jumped out of the window after a couple hours, and me and Thunderbeard noticed.
yeah.
So we chased after him.
But yeah, the funny thing is that Thunderbeard came up to him like, "Is everything okay?"
Yeah.
And they just got scared and ran away.
Yeah. So he got scared of Thunderbeard, and then he ran away and toppled over boxes and stuff to in our way.
Cartoon shit.
Yeah, some cartoon-esque thing.
Yeah.
We
Right down
ended
the
up-
alley, and of course there's everything you can throw against everybody behind you.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
always some barrels or
Yeah.
some trash cans or anything
Yeah, something like that. right?
removable.
Yeah. But we ended up catching him, and then because he kept on lying,
Yeah.
but we kept on rolling the worst inside checks.
Yeah.
And it was so frustrating because I, as a player, knew that this guy was lying.
And Lasse had to get in and okay, you need to let him know.
Yeah.
You're
metagaming too much. I got so frustrated
Yeah.
that this guy was just a fraud, and he had tricked us.
Well, look at me. I didn't even notice him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really frustrated behind the scenes.
Yeah, because you didn't chase him. We only found you afterwards.
Yeah.
And then we told you about all what happened, and you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So yeah.
So we let him go. We roleplayed it as it should have been
we were like,
roleplayed.
okay, we're gonna
Yeah.
look after him the next day.
Yeah, we were
'Cause
like, okay.
He told us that, okay, I'm gonna meet you this and there,
Yeah,
and at this time next day.
yeah,
And we're like, okay, fine, because out of game we know he's lying,
yeah,
but in game we had to trust him, because
yeah,
up to this point he haven't actually lied. have maybe like told half truths, but
Yeah.
not lied.
Yeah, but we've also just rolled under 10 on all inside checks
Yeah,
that
it
we
was
had done against this guy.
crazy.
It was so horrible.
We had like maybe in all 10 inside rolls on him.
Yeah, across the session.
Across the
Yeah.
session.
Yeah.
So, because he said a lot of sketchy things.
Yeah.
But because of our roles, we had to like, okay, to everything.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. What you're saying isn't really
Suspicious at all.
Yeah, it's so suspicious. But we ended up believing him and then coming back the next day because we believed him, and lo and behold, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then we used a day looking after him, asking around the city. I remember you asked a couple of shopkeepers and
some bartenders
and stuff like that.
But yeah, some have seen him, but it was like a long time ago, and
yeah.
they wanted some money. They got some money. They couldn't really tell us anything anyways.
No.
And then we were like, okay, we have to give up.
Yeah.
But it was like a cool adventure, but you know.
I was so mad. I was so mad when the session was over. I was like, this can't be happening.
But I think it was funny that we don't win all the time.
Yeah. It makes sense. You have to get tricked at some point, right? It's character development in some way. It does make sense, because if you keep winning, you're just gonna expect that you keep winning.
And I'm like looking forward to, in like some dire situation,
Hmm?
let's just gonna say, you recognize the guy in the crowd and we're doing something else.
Oh no, he is. He's so gonna do that.
So we're gonna
That's horrible.
we're going to do something very important,
Mm.
and then we're going to recognize him in the crowd. And then we have to choose: do we want revenge, or do we want to do our job?
I'll want revenge at all times. I don't care.
And I hope it's like in
I don't
level,
care.
in a couple of levels when we like maybe have not forgotten, but like we don't think about it all the time.
Yeah, because right now I'm like, okay, I'll just save up gold and then I'll pay some wizard to cast scrying on this guy, and then I'll fucking find him and then I'll hunt him down.
But then we was like, we're gonna do that at the end of the session. But Lasse was like, it's gonna cost you 1,000 gold.
Yeah, it's gonna cost you a lot.
You have to, I think it's in the spell.
Because you have to use a mirror or something like it, or an orb or something worth 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
So the wizard that you're tasking to do it is like, okay, if you bring me that, I'll cast a spell with it for you. But I'm not gonna supply the materials myself. Yeah. So that's annoying.
It is. Yes.
And right now, it's fresh in our memory because it's the last session. But like after the next session,
see myself not remembering.
Yeah, you're gonna forget. You forget a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also every other week that we play. It's like there's 14 days in between. A lot of stuff happens in our daily lives. So like,
I don't really remember what his name was again and all that. But yeah.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Now that you're saying it, I don't either, and it bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was last session. It was eventful.
It was, yes. And then we're waiting patiently for the next sesh and our revenge.
And our revenge. Yeah, it's kind of atypical. It's not always that we have a session with no combat. Also because there were a lot of times that we could have had combat, but we didn't. You ended up solving it. And I think that's also because we were fewer people. I think that what I've experienced from your one-shot campaign was just mostly just 3 players and then the side quest here. Yeah. When we only are fewer people, we end up taking more diplomatic routes. Maybe because we feel stronger.
I'm not gonna pat my back right now, but it was like 100% of the times, this session was me who was like, "Hey, we're not gonna take the easy way by just fighting them."
Yeah, it was you. Yeah, of course. But
Or
like
not the easy way, but the easy
the
choice.
the obvious choice is just fighting someone, right?
Yeah,
That's what D&D is mostly about.
maybe not obvious, but the easiest choice.
Yeah, it is.
Just okay, we're just gonna fight them.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
gonna fight, man.
Just gonna fight. It is the easiest choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that it's good to have sessions like that. I think it's fun that it mostly happens in sessions that have fewer people.
Yeah.
But I also think it's because that like if you have 3 players, all of them can engage in whatever roleplay there is with NPCs. But if you have 5 or 6 players, which our whole group, it's big, it's 6 players when everyone's there.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep everyone engaged in roleplay. When Les is like playing an NPC and that NPC is talking with someone, it's hard to get everyone engaged. But if you're doing combat, they have to
that's
be.
a party problem as well.
That's also a party problem. Yes.
It's not like
Yes. Yeah.
it's not like it's a universal thing. I think it's
No, it's just because
very
some of
our
us
group.
have ADHD, but a lot of groups have people with something like that. But it's just that combat forces people to engage because you have to take your turn.
Yeah.
So I think that's just what happens when we're more people. I don't know if it's a conscious choice by Lasse or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's cool.
Just.
I don't know actually how long we've been going for.
40.
40. Yeah.
6.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. Do you have anything now? I've been thinking a lot about the multiclassing and how I'll progress my character.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts like that?
On Aki?
Yeah. Are you just gonna be rolling straight bard all the way through?
Yeah. He's gonna be the bard of bards.
He's gonna be the bard of bards. You're
Yeah,
not gonna
but,
take like 2 levels in paladin or something.
No.
Take like that would be cool.
But
it would be cool.
It would
though.
really destroy his whole thing if I had to be religious.
No, but D&D paladins aren't really religious. They just have to swear an oath to something.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be a religion. It could be a concept. That's why the oath subclasses are called like redemption or vengeance or things like that.
Hey, like
one of them is even just called oath of the sea, I think. So you just have an oath to something like the sea. So it's more of a concept based thing.
All
so
right.
it isn't.
But
it doesn't have to be
but it's still
religion.
religious.
It borders to religion, and it's easy to make your
But a religion
your character
doesn't really
about
have
that.
to have a god, you know. It's just a belief.
Yeah,
But,
you could, but you can say like that.
But-
if, for example, Aki died
Yeah.
by someone,
I would 100% make a paladin after.
No, yeah,
But yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
But it would then make sense for Kara to maybe if I chose to multiclass into paladin, then choose an oath of vengeance paladin.
Yeah.
Because I want revenge or something.
Yes.
And then just make that choice form the rest of my life and behavior, right? So you can choose the oaths that make sense in accordance with it.
Yeah.
Also, if you just take 1 or 2 levels and you don't even go subclasses, I don't think it's that necessary for you to have an oath like that.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
you know,
It would be cool. It would make you more tanky and more of a.
But that's not. I think it's like kind of my thing to be like this twig guy.
Yeah.
Who
has 30 HP or something.
in level 8.
Yeah. The smallest HP pool.
It's just it's just like a sorcerer.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
bards have a D8, right?
No. That's why I have so little.
Don't
HP.
bards have a D8 for HP?
I think it's the D6.
Damn. Okay, yeah.
But don't
Okay.
quote.
Yeah,
me.
because I know that sorcerers and wizards have a D6. But I think bards have a D8.
but
Anywho.
yeah.
Yeah, it's about the same.
It's
it
about the
doesn't
same.
make sense.
Because
Also,
I
because
have
you have
like, I think I have exactly the same HP as Crocker had.
yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
like one off.
Yeah, but you also have +0 in Constitution.
Yeah.
Which equates to you having low HP. Yeah.
It's not like I would have an amazing amount if I had like 12 or something.
No, but I'm like,
But yeah,
you
I
should
would have
definitely
more.
pick up like an amulet of health or something like that. Come on.
No.
No.
I'm not gonna do that, man.
What?
Have,
It's a magic.
I have a lot of healing, and I just
At the current level,
yeah,
if you pick up an amulet of health,
yeah.
you would have 32 more HP. I think.
Maybe I'll get the amulet. Then.
That's almost doubling your HP pool if you just get an amulet of
Yeah,
health.
I think I have.
The only reason why
just under 50 health.
yeah, you have 40 something, I think.
48.
Yeah.
But
But like the only reason why I didn't actually buy an amulet of health and I bought the parry up the wound closure instead is because the amulet of health is rare.
I was like,
and the
because
other
it
one,
was cheaper, man.
the rare item costs like over 1,000 gold.
It's not. I'm not complaining, but I know why.
Yeah, because one is uncommon and one is rare. But like, if we can get our hands on an amulet of health, it would make your class, your character so much more viable in combat.
Yeah.
Because right now you have to get hit like 3 times and you're down.
Sometimes just 2.
Depending on the monster.
Yeah.
Sometimes two hits.
But you know, I'm not looking forward to like fighting dragons and all that.
No,
but,
because at some point we're gonna fight big monsters.
yeah,
And
I'm.
at that point, positioning will be very key.
But that will always be the case because
Yeah.
I don't have the best armor class anyways. Because I'm a bard.
Yeah, you have light armor, right?
Yeah.
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 That's why you should take 1 or 2 levels in Paladin just to get
No.
like medium or heavy armor.
Yeah. Oh, it would be quite
A
funny.
bard
to have,
and
like,
plate.
Yeah, bard and plate, just
Yeah.
him and my loot.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if it works like that. If you can, I don't know if you can use Paladin spells with bard spell slots, but if you can, you can get high level smites.
Oh, yeah.
You just need to have 2 levels in Paladin, and then you're a level 8 bard, and you could use like 3rd or 4th level smite,
level,
right? Yeah. So you can use
But
high level smites
It would.
if it correlates. I don't know if it does. I don't know if it
be
does.
really
but
bad because then I need to be in close combat, and I will still.
yeah,
not
you still have low HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, until you get an amulet of health, your HP is so low. But still,
Yeah.
yeah, if you could.
But yeah, I'm
you can use a
cool.
shield or
I'm
something.
cool with. I'm not gonna use a fucking shield.
Okay, you're just gonna have 12 AC,
Yeah.
40 HP,
Yeah.
no combat abilities.
Yeah.
And then talk
Hey,
with
hey,
everyone.
hey. I have like one.
Dimension door strat.
The dimension door strat I have, but that's only like a thing in like out of combat.
Yeah. Friends dimension door suicide. Staged suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Murder.
Murder. No,
Murder
you can
by-
actually make it look like someone committed suicide.
Yeah, just
if you
do
just
it
drop
in
him-
front of us, like a building.
Yeah, in front of like a
Oh
window.
no, he
or-
killed himself.
Yeah, or a balcony, and you can be like, oh no, this
With my
guy.
like performance, just
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, he killed himself.
Oh no.
I
Begins
rolled
crying.
a 30.
I rolled a 30 in performance.
Yeah.
Everyone believes me.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can do that, and then you have the Phantasmal Killer. I remember the last time we had a big combat, you did a lot of damage with that, because it's like 4d10?
Yeah, and
something
then
like that?
it locks on him for 10 rounds.
Yeah, but the damage, isn't it like 4d10 psychic or something like that?
Yeah.
It's a
And
lot,
then
and you
it's,
rolled above 30 2 turns in a row,
That was crazy.
which is just amazing.
I rolled one away from full damage it was crazy.
Yeah. So
I was
you
on a
were
high that
very
day.
lucky when rolling damage in that session.
Lucky, I'm just experienced.
You're just good.
Yeah.
It's
But, you know,
pure skill. Rolling high on dice is pure skill.
It is.
It is pure skill.
It is pure skill.
Yeah.
That's why you have to make like a vibe check.
The vibe check.
Because
Start
if
session
you
with
have a
vibe
low
check.
vibe check, you're just gonna do like save spells. So
Yeah.
yeah, spells with a save on it.
Yeah, with saving throws
Yeah.
instead. Yeah.
But
Yeah, but
I have a lot
if
of
you
those.
roll a good vibe check, you just go for all 2 hit spells.
hell yeah.
That's
But
the
yeah, you
way
know,
it is.
I
And if
I,
you
don't, I
roll-
really don't think I have any to hit spells. If I think about it. Because the only thing I was like, oh, I have magic missile. Oh, but it's
Yeah, but it's not really a 2 hit.
It's just I do
Magic
this.
missile isn't really a 2 hit.
It's
Yeah.
just I use magic missile.
It's just a fuck you. No, I think one use of magic missile that's very good, especially now that you have a 1-up magic missile, is against casters that have concentration,
Yeah.
because they have to make a concentration check for each dart of magic missile. So normally if you just use like a shatter or something, they have to roll 1 concentration check.
Yeah.
But at our level, most of the time, the spells that you can cast to do damage won't do enough damage that the concentration check is above 10.
Yeah.
So instead of going for high damage spells that makes the enemy caster have to roll high constitution when making concentration, you just use 7 magic missile darts and they're gonna fail at some point.
Yeah.
So like even if they have +6 to constitution, you're like, but you're gonna roll 7 times. And even though you only have to roll 4 or above, the 15% change just makes it so that you're gonna fail maybe.
Yeah.
Right? So that's just a great use
It's a
of
good
magic missile.
a good chance.
Yeah, it's a good chance. It makes it a lot better. Yeah. That's just me thinking about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I've been doing
I've usually
that a lot
played
this week.
like fighter, barbarian, paladin.
Take 1 level in Barbarian for Aki.
It would be funny.
Just 1 level Barbarian to get unarmored defense.
It's like the little brother tantrum.
Yeah. Angry little brother. I know it'll be bad because you can't concentrate on spells while
Yeah,
you're using.
it's bad, but funny.
It's funny.
It's like my 20th level.
Yeah, 19 levels of Bard and it just takes 1
Yeah.
level of.
And then I have
Barbarian.
100 HP.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Just about.
more.
Just
but,
about. Just 100 HP. Yeah, if you don't actually get any higher constitution than 11, I don't know if you're not gonna get far above 100 HP at level
No.
20.
But you know, I'm playing it as I would think a bard should play a bard.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's your character.
Yeah,
You
so
got some vision of him.
I don't really want to tank him up.
No.
'Cause
okay.
I think
So if you had the choice to get the amulet of health,
I would rather have something that would boost my magical prowess or something.
yeah.
Or my supporting skills or something.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's fine to have the amulet you gave me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
like
just
a
makes
safe,
it-
like a safety net.
Yeah, because the parry of wound closure just makes it so that you succeed all death saves when you go down.
Yeah,
I think it also buffs the amount of healing you get. Something like that. It also does something with the healing that you get while you're wearing it. I think it just makes it so that when you're healing you get the max amount or something. I don't actually remember, but I think it's something like that.
I haven't used it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you haven't actually gone down in combat since I've given you that
I
item.
was just
Since I've given you that, you've been a lot more cautious with the positioning. And maybe we've just had better combat tactics in general. It might be in.
I have to like think about our combats. Well, in game, it haven't been that long since you gave me.
No, that's right. That's
amulet.
right. Oh, it has, because we've traveled back and forth between swamps, so
like
it's
that's,
a couple months.
But combat-wise,
no, we haven't been in too many combats after you've gotten it. That's right. Yeah. That makes sense.
But yeah, I think that's it for today.
Yeah, we're thinning out. Yeah, that's it for today. I think we can record not that far into the future, because we have a session on Sunday.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Maybe it will get out the week after, because I have exams. Don't you have that?
Yeah.
You have as well, right?
I do as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Peace.